Van here with Van Life Biker Show. Smash that like, give me a sub, and share, guys. Let's build this channel. Appreciate your support. Hey guys, Van here with Van Life Biker Show. Just want to give you a quick update. We're coming along. I pretty much finished our kitchen cabinet setup here. And I put it's like a waterproof type of plastic, basically comes in 4x8 sheets. And this, believe it or not, is a 2x2 that I ripped down on the table saw and trimmed it out nice. Put some baseboard around the bottom there. And we've got your typical butcher block countertop. Still got tools out here, but slip those to the sides. We can take a little quick peek. So we got our sink installed. I undermounted that, so make our sink a little deeper. And our faucet, the reason I did a waterproof type of setup is we can flip this around, guys, and do a little outside shower. So that'll be nice, or with the pull out, we can rinse the dog off, or fill up a cup of water outside, or a pot or something if we're barbecuing or what have you. So that'll turn out nice. So this has been a little mission, to say the least. I purchased these through Amazon. I don't know, it's $100 or something. So I got two of them, but they're kind of like a twin size. Basically, you get twin or full size, I believe, king or queen, whatever. But I wanted this so if there's two people in here camping or living on the road or what have you, one can actually use the toilet without having to fold up the bed and stuff. See, these fold up. If you can see here, this is the leg part of it. So this is in a little bit of a bent situation here at the moment, because the legs, as you see the leg there, would normally come down. So the face of this here will get cut up. So I'm going to have to redo that, obviously. But I had this idea kind of in the back of my mind, and didn't have materials on site. So this was actually 39 inches. And let's say 60 inches, excuse me, is kind of probably ballpark, which is about 5 feet. As far as the width of the van, it's a little bit over. I think it's like 5'8" or 5'10", something like that, in the window sills there, the little up inside there. But from this wall here over to the opposite side, I think it's probably right about 5'8" inches. So being 39 inches, it's pretty much going to take up the entire van. So you wouldn't have a walkway in here at all to kind of get up and at least be able to stand up and walk down the step here. So I had to rebuild this thing yesterday. And boy, was it a nightmare. If you know what dowels are, this thing has lots of dowels. And every slat, there's just kind of pretend my finger there's a piece of wood, and there's two in each slat on both sides. So these things all had to be cut, and had to re-center the holes to drill holes into each board to kind of shorten up the width of this thing. So out of the box, it's more than half of the van, or at least half. I think it was a little bit over. Let's see, 39, but yes, it's got to be over. So we're pushing 80 inches there, 78 inches. So 78 would be too much for the van. You'd only be able to put one in here. So I had to really rework this entire thing. So this back section flips up, and so then it would become kind of a lounge area. This here will flip underneath the seating part. So then it would become a chair area. And the back section, it completely, you know, there's about 4 or 5 different slots you can put that. So pretty much pretty close to being an upright position, or, you know, you can kind of lay back. So I had to redo this whole thing, and I'm still having issues with it. I took it down, what was it, 39 inches, I think they came. And what did I take it down? It was like 29 inches, I think I am now. Actually, with this set of legs, there's 2 pieces of wood here that are screwed together. They were actually from the factory on the outside. So what I ended up doing there is swapping those on the inside. So that worked out pretty well. But I'm still just real tight, guys, with getting the hatch up here over top of the bathroom shower area. The shower pan's down in there. So this will have a hatch that'll lift up towards the opposite wall, and then the shower head will be in that piece of plywood that'll flip up here. But I mean, I'm really right on the edge. So I think what's going to happen, and it was kind of a learning curve, you can take every measurement you want until you do it, and it sometimes just doesn't work out. When you're dealing with the curvature of the van and stuff, you know, these sidewalls aren't straight up and down, so this curves in as it gets higher. So what I did was I put a 2x4, I believe it was, under here, and so I cut me a strip of plywood, then did the hinge, and so now when I flip this hatch up, it goes up against that curved wall, so they don't actually stay up. So I figured, well, that wasn't that big of a deal. I could put some kind of latch in there or something, so we'll figure that out later. But I learned from that mistake, so hence over here on this side I did a 2x6 instead of a 2x4. So on this side I'll be able to move those hinges out farther. But now that I've had to rebuild the bed here and I got this in place here tonight, it's so close to being here. And what I want to do is put some kind of rail system in here, probably on both sides of the legs. That way I can slip a pin through, kind of resembling this situation here. This is a pin. Probably see the other side there. It's a little cotter key pin. So if I can slip a pin through a 2x4 or something here, this is a 2x3, which will probably end up working. So this way, when we're on the road moving, you know, I don't have to worry about these things flying around. So I think what I'm going to end up having to do is redo this hatch below, and probably end up doing the 2x6, which, you know, it's not that big of a deal. It's, you know, a day loss in labor, basically. So, because what I'll end up having to do is cut these framing boards and stuff. You know, this cross member here is cut out for a 2x6 or a 2x4 now, or whatever I got under there. So I'll end up having to, you know, pull the plywood hatch doors and get down in there. Then I'll have to cut, you know, this a little bit shorter so I can fit this 2x6 down inside there. So not the end of the world. I just have to redo things and then reattach those hinges back there in the back. So it'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I won't have to do some kind of a latch system to hold it upright. And, you know, things will work out. It'll all come out in the wash. That's why I always say you might have to wash it a few times. But it'll all come out in the wash. So essentially this board here will be cut. This was just kind of thrown in here, to be honest. It was just kind of a mock-up, hence why it's not all one piece. So later, this piece will all be one piece, and it'll be just like this, but this opening here will be a little farther in this way. This one will be a little farther in this way. So, you know, it'll be a little tight area to get up on top of the platform, but it's just, you know, a 3/4 inch piece of plywood just to slip your foot through. I mean, you know, a person could probably just step over the whole thing if they needed to, but, you know, you're waking up in the morning, you're drowsy, you want a place that you can just step down on the step easy enough. So these will probably end up getting cut down a little as well. Excuse me. When we went with the freezer that we purchased, I did a review on this freezer, and you guys can see it says OF there, so that's 0 degrees Fahrenheit. You guys can see that down in there, the little LED light, but that's working out great. I've had ice cream in it since the day I put it in here, and it's working out great. So so what ended up having to happen with that, if you guys can see back there, this is double layered, hence I had to raise up the whole entire platform to get the freezer in there. So I lost a couple inches doing that. So doing that, it's going to be a little tight with the roof to the seating position if I fold this up into a seat. So I wanted to show you guys this. You know, I've been talking about it on multiple episodes that I've put up, and you know, there's nothing better than seeing a visual so you guys kind of see how this is all going to come together. But needless to say, since I had to double stack that to get a couple more inches to get the freezer in there, probably going to just chop a couple inches off the legs in here, and that'll make up the difference. No big deal. So and I'm not sure if I explained, but this guy here, the plywood in between, that's going to come up to hold this up flat, to take, you know, that area out so it doesn't slouch down. So, and then we're going to have some kind of countertop fold out type of deal. I don't know, I might do a double fold or something here that'll lay over top of the sink. We'll have to get into some measurements to see if I can flip it maybe back towards the sink, or you know, a guy I guess could flip it towards the exterior wall. So something I'll have to get into once we get this whole bed situation reworked again. But you know, we're all set up for the other side. I learned from that side and wasn't going to change it, but I went ahead and made that change because I want that wall to flip up or over top our bathroom there. Once that flips up against the wall, I want that to stay upright so I can have my shower head up on that piece of plywood going up. So it's all coming together as usual. We're just piddling away. Had some really bad heat here lately, so haven't been overdoing it. We've been at 104 Fahrenheit today. It's just been really humid, and I don't know if you guys caught that thunder there in the background, but I'm going to end it there, guys. We'll catch up here in a little while. Probably a few more days. I'll get you guys something else out once we get this all squared away. And, you know, I'll have some better weather as well. Jump out the van here. I don't know, for whatever reason, we'll do a little back view too. So there's our water tank, little porta potty. Still got to do a little shower wall. I'll use probably that plastic stuff I put up front, and that'll just be shower walled up there a couple feet to the top of that top plate, we would call that in the trade. So just a couple feet up, and then just drop a shower curtain down from the top. So we're coming right along, and we will catch you on the next time. This is Van with Van Life Biker. Like, subscribe, share. Let's build this channel, guys. Peace.